Page 46, Comedians Dance. In this lesson, we're dealing with repeated notes. I already told you earlier on, repeated notes is an ideal time to change hand positions. Well, another thing about repeated notes is when you have a lot of them, it's really best, if possible, not to use the same finger. I mean, it's possible, you can use the wrist and do it, but it's easier to stay relaxed if you can use multiple fingers. And the fingers you use, it could be any combination of fingers pretty much. You can use 4, 3, 2, 1. If there's like 4 notes in a group, like 4/16 notes or whatever you have. If there's only 3, you can use 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. If there's only 2 notes, you can use 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1. I don't care. Generally, you use a thumb as one of them because it's easier to get the other fingers over and you need to stay in that position. You're not going to be moving back and forth. If you tried it with different fingers, it's not so easy because you got to turn the hand sideways or whatever. You don't have time to move the hand sideways. The hand's got to be in one position. And how fast you go, well, when you first start doing this, you go really slow, both hands. It's better to just do 2 fingers. Do a 1, 3. You can do this when you're doing the scales. See, this piece is in F major, so we do F major scale. Do 4 of them. Third. You don't have to go that fast. You go your speed. And then do 3. Go slow. And then 4. As you're doing the scales, you can practice that. That way, it reinforces the scale, and you get the idea of doing this. I think most people will grasp this fairly quickly. There's always going to be a few with problems, but just take a little bit of time, not a lot, a little bit of time. They have warm-ups up there. I prefer to use the scales. Actually, that is an F major scale you're using up there, but I prefer to use the scales and use the 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, and 3, 1 combinations. Practice them all because you may get them, and it makes playing the music a little easier or less difficult. You can stay relaxed better than using the same fingers. Now, sometimes you have to use the same fingers, like in a chord, if I have octaves or something, but I'm flexing at the wrist here on those. So I'm stuck on that one. But when it's just one note like this, you can use multiple fingers. And if you can, do. Absolutely. I haven't talked much about this sort of thing in the past when we've had repeated notes because I was waiting for him to introduce it. And now I can talk about it. So let's talk about what comedians are doing here. I'll look it over. It's a page and a half long. Treble bass clef, 1 flat in the key signature. I've already told you it's an F major. Do the scale for F major and D minor. And you can practice those warm-up things on both scales. Those repeated note things, I'm saying. And 2 4-time signatures. Take it one hand at a time, see what we got. At the beginning, the notes are written. You have here 3, 2, 1. It's just 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. However, if you'll notice above the first measure there, it has 8 VA segue. Yeah. I don't like the word segue. What they're telling you is go up an octave throughout. So this whole thing is played with the right hand, just the right hand, an octave higher. Instead of here, you're here. So go up here. 1 E and 2 E and 2, 2 and 3 and. Get the idea? And then the second line, you're here. And remember that the flat is good for the rest of the measures. So yeah. And spreading out and collapsing or whatever, well, it depends on what's needed. Like in the first measure, the second line, I'm coming back down, so I'm staying there. But at the end of the line, I'm collapsing because I don't need to come back down until there. And then do it some more. Now, page 47, third line down, we're here. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. I sped it up because I did this. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and. Then it's 2 and a 2 and a. So and if you want to get to where you can actually do this without looking at the keyboard eventually, you can feel this. This last line is up here. And then the last one is fifth finger. Because that way we got enough fingers here. And then octaves. Now this bit of the octaves at the end, it works because you're kind of bouncing off here. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. And the last one was thumb, because when you go back to the beginning, you're going to be up here. And that prepares us. Left hand's just got broken chords pretty much. Left. Second line is down here. It's 5/7 chord again. Put the hands together. And we're here. And then here. Here. And I'm connecting the notes right now, if I can. Now the second line is here. So I go through and I put the hands together, and then I'll go through just a few measures at a time, slowly, and get rid of the hesitations. Then I add the articulation, short staccato flexing at the wrist. You have accent, and the last note is staccato, although you can't tell it because up here there's no dampers on the keys, but do the staccato technique. It's like, come up. Just give the first beat, the first note, a little bit of accent. Accent. And there's no accents in the left hand. Now, third line down on page 47, accents here. Here, bum, bum, bum. Rest, as. Connect this. There's no slurs or anything, but I'm just telling you to connect it. And then the last two measures, staccato. Bottom of page 46, it's here. Now, no staccatos here. Just separate them. That's all. It's close enough. Just no staccatos. Yeah, so that's the articulation more or less. Then I have the dynamics, and that applies to the melodies, the right hand. Loud. It makes the accented note a very loud note. These, soft. And you're staying loud pretty much through most all of it. Now, they give you another loud in the third line of page 47 here. It's because it's a different section. And they got to give you a dynamic now for each section. A section is like a chapter in a book. It needs to be more or less complete. So they're giving you the dynamic they want you to have. And you're loud anyway, but this actually with accented notes, it makes them very loud. Let the wrist collapse a little bit, just a lot of weight. And then with 16th notes, now you're very soft. And you're going to crescendo up to loud, but don't get loud until the last two measures. So we got all these measures to go from very soft to very loud. If you don't plan it out, you'll be loud within a couple of measures. It'll be here. I'm there. It's too soon. I still got 3 more measures to go. We'll figure it out. It's, well, do I take it maybe a measure at a time and then just go up just a hair? So it's like, stay very soft. Now a little louder. A little louder. A little louder. A little louder. That's too, no, 2 measures isn't enough. So how about maybe, say, on these groups, supposing I take like 3 of those at a time, and I'll go up just a hair. So very soft. Now I'll go up just a hair. Now more. Now I'm loud. Here. This, the background. See, this all needs to stay in the background. This is what we want to hear. And it's almost like 3 of those at a time was not enough. Maybe I need 4 of them at a time, where I go. Now, now. So I save a lot of the crescendo for right there at the end. So you're almost not changing at all there at where they put the. So plan that crescendo out so it lasts all the way to the end. Now, once I have an idea of the dynamics, then I'll think about the speed. Allegro, oh good. L'allegro. You gotta love allegro. That's fast. But it may or may not be the beat. It's the feel of the piece. 16th notes will slow it down. Because an allegro on the beat, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Well, good luck with that. That's how. I can't go that fast, so you slow it down. What can you play accurately? Whatever you can do those accurately, that is your allegro for now. No? Now, there's a DC fine at the bottom of page 47. Hopefully you know how that works. You go back to the beginning, and the fine is at the end of the second line on page 47, where the thin and thick bar line is. Let's play this together slowly and check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do the dynamics. I'll do the staccatos and probably try to do the accents. And I'll give us 2 counts. But I'm going to put the metronome on 8th notes. The left hand's playing 8th notes pretty much for the most part. So I'll put the metronome on 8th notes, but I'll give us 2 quarter note counts to come in. Confused? Ready, and go, and. Rest. 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 To the beginning. rest. Rest.